Hello. This is my second vlog video, I think. Of course it is. Well, I'm gonna talk about maybe kind of like an idea that I came up with. Not that I did. No. That's incorrect. That's plagiarism. Not an idea that I came up with, but rather like ideas that have been from my lectures and studies in my schools, and also like some history and things like that. To kind of articulate the ideas of like, hey, I'm trying to get good at talking, getting comfortable. I think one of the best ways to talk about, hey, you want to get comfortable? Well, talk on here. Talk about something you like, So I was like, okay. And so I guess the one subject I wanted to talk about today is the power of V. No, not V like from the DMC games. That's a different V. I actually want to talk about like the terms V, like that, but I don't mean that in a different way. I actually meant the Morse code of V. There will be some things that's missing, so don't come for me for answers. But if you know some history of around this subject, I hope you find this very interesting. Or like any of you would like to talk about it in the comments, that would be great. Yeah, like if you know something about what I'm saying, that'd be awesome. So let's get started. So the power of Morse code in terms of the letter V, it's very interesting. Some person said back then or something. I heard this from a teacher, but I just don't remember the whole context. But some guy said, hey, I'm a Greek or something. And back in the day, or some case scenario, some Greek person back in the day. Like very old ancient times, like Roman era, we're just like at the time we're like, we are Sparta or something like that. Well, I don't know, but some guy said, yo, if we talk a certain way, people will listen to us better. Huh? What? I don't believe you. And well, there's some stories behind that, and the pattern is actually short. Yeah, wait. Short, long. Short, long, right? And that's the pattern that people will recognize. Short, long. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Why is that the truth? It's like, how do we know, and how do we know that's really effective? And it's very mysterious because this has come out time and time again through our history. I guess one example would be, which is actually, if you guys ever listen to Beethoven, his Symphony Number 5. Yeah, that symphony's sick. You're like, what? Oh, I've never heard of that symphony or something. Like, yes, you have. You heard it often. If somebody played it for you, be like, yeah, I heard that before. That's my Beethoven. And it sounds like this. Da, 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 da. So it has that same pattern, short, long, and it's funny because that's his motivic material throughout his work, and he abuses the heck out of that material really well. So it's like, hey, give him props for that. And so it's like, huh, that's strange. That's the one time it has appeared. It can't be a coincidence. Later on, around I think World War II. And I think we were fighting against Germany around that time. Well, when I say we, I mean the Americans. Well, actually, a lot of people were. Anyway, I'm not going to get into details. But basically, remember that day that happened, D-Day, the day of the invasion? Apparently, some guy said, hey, yo, we need to figure out how to invade without them knowing. And it's like, I don't know what I want to do. I was like, I don't know. And some guy's like, why don't we just use Beethoven's Fifth Symphony? And I'm like, why? It's like, because it's German or something, and we want to. I don't remember the conversation. Basically, some guy said it's like, if it's Symphony Number 5, V is 5 as a Roman numeral. It could be viewed as like Victory Day. So it's like Victory, D-Day or something. I don't know. D-Day victory or something. So like V would be stand for victory. So it's like, okay, that sounds kind of neat. And so guess what they decided? They decided to play Beethoven's Symphony Number 5 right before they head into combat as the signal. Apparently that's the story I've heard. I could be wrong about that, but that's the story that I've heard. later on in history, in like in the Americas, were like, yo, civil rights is an issue and such, you know, for for African Americans and stuff like that. And there was an important figure at the time that made a big difference. His name is Martin Luther King. Yeah, Martin Luther King Jr. And he said the most famous thing in his speeches. Do you guys know what it is? I bet you do. I mean, if you took, have you been in high school or you've done stuff? Hope you know. It's called. He remember his famous speech being called, not being called, but he said this in the start of his speech. I have a dream. I have a dream. That all men will be created equal, or like whatever the case may be. He said a lot of stuff. He mentioned that in particular. I have a dream. Doesn't that sound familiar? I have a dream. I have a dream. Short, long. It's a very effective way to talk. I'm like, huh. When my teacher taught me that, it was very interesting. Now I could be wrong, and it's like, no, there's no scientifically proof. Well, okay, I don't have any sources to cite. This is not. I'm not trying to be academic or anything. Rather than I just want to talk about something cool. Whether you guys believe me or not, it's up to you. I suggest just you all do your own research. So you gotta be correct. Where's your resources? You're gonna. It's like, well, I'm not trying to be credible. It's not the point. The point's maybe to share you guys something cool, and maybe, I think learning about your own stuff in your own time and learning what you've done, it's like, oh, well, that's cool, and you might want to share that with somebody. Whether it be true though, that's up to you to be a critical thinker. And at the end of the day, you gotta look at the world in a different way. But anyway, back to the subject. I kind of want to develop my own speech patterns in a way. Not that I want us to have short, long all the time. Otherwise, it's be like a very formulaic. I'd be like, it's like, I like tacos, and I don't want to spend a lot of time doing that. But I do want to develop the way I articulate things. I feel like I'm all over the place. I don't know. I feel like I am. My title, my name in the channel is called the Bros Box Dog. The Bros Box Dog. I mean, it's kind of like short for long, but it's like the Bros Box Dog. It kind of works, but it's not the same. It wasn't on purpose. It's like I happened to think about it, and I was like, oh. But I'm like, nah. I don't know. Like this idea that the way you say things, especially on a pattern, can grab somebody's attention is pretty impressive. Maybe try this trick out. I don't know. It might work out for you. Who knows? I'm not a master in convincing people to say, "Hey, I'm a great talker." I'm not telling you what to do. You gotta do whatever you want. Your life. I hope you kind of like what I'm kind of trying to say here. I hope you find this kind of informative, I guess, but also kind of cool. I think history stuff is pretty cool. What people have done. It has become a great influence, I think, in our society today. All the things that have happened. Yeah. I'm hoping this is like one of the cool things I wanted to share. I wanted to talk about something I was like, oh, I like this, because when I learned about this, I thought it was amazing, And I hope that improved, I guess, me talking here. Anyway, I hope you want to hear me talk more. I did notice how well it did the last video. I was like, oh, that's pretty good for starting out. So, hey, thank you guys for watching in the previous video. I much appreciated that. And I appreciate you for watching this one as well, if any of you are. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, that was sick. Well, anyway, if you want more, because I'm probably going to do more, I'm probably going to talk about other stuff. I might vent or something. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. I hope you guys stick around. Yeah, so if you want to keep following me and see what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much. I'm about to head out. All right, see ya.